One of the single most important criteria for me whenever I was evaluating taking a new job is how is your opportunity going to help me grow and develop as a professional? i.e., how is your role going to help me get ready for the next role? That's what I was focused on. And if you're like that, then you've clicked on the right video because I'm going to give you 4 great questions you can ask in your next interview to help understand, will this job help get me ready for the next step? Let's go. Quick note, these are questions I want you to ask the hiring manager. You can ask this to HR, you can ask this to recruiters, but I personally really want to know what the hiring manager's plan is for growth and development. So these questions are all designed to ask that person. The first thing I always ask is, how often do performance reviews take place? This seems like a simple question, and it seems like, well, Ben, what does that have to do with development? Performance reviews and development are not the same thing, right? But what I'm looking for is a culture of feedback. I want to find an organization that's going to share feedback with me frequently so that I'm able to grow and develop. Once a year reviews are not great for your growth and development. You're not getting feedback often enough, and there is recency bias. You do great things January, February, March, but you had a bad October, and that's what they focus on. I'm looking for companies who at least do feedback in a formal way biannually. Ideally, they do it quarterly. So the first thing I ask is, how often do you do employee reviews? Because how often they do that, that's going to show an emphasis that they place on feedback, development, and growth. The next question I ask is a question that hits them right between the eyes. And that question is, what professional development opportunities are available for members of your team? I love this question because one of 2 things is going to happen. They are going to have a great answer or they're going to have a terrible answer. They're going to be able to tell you, yes, there is A, there is B, there is C, we often do this, there's also this. Or they're going to be like, I don't know. I mean, I guess just doing your job, right? That's not inspiring. That's not what you're looking for. This is going to be super clear. They're going to have a great answer or they're not. It's going to tell you everything you need to know. Hey, are you liking this video so far? If you are, could you do me a favor? Could you hit like real quick? When you hit like, it is free for you and it tells YouTube I don't suck, which I appreciate. The next question I like to ask is a bit aggressive, so if it's not for you, it's not for you, but I like it. And it goes, how often are people on this team promoted to other parts of your organization? I think that is really interesting because if they can give you concrete examples of people who have been on their team or on this team previously, who have grown to different parts of the organization, it says a lot about the organization and a lot about the manager. Are they willing to lose people so that those people can better their careers? That is selfless. Is the organization the type of organization that is going to allow people to explore different things and grow within their company? If they can say yes to this question and they can give you examples, that is incredibly positive for where growth and development is concerned. The last thing I like to ask is another kind of hit 'em between the eyes question, and that is, how would you say that you have grown or developed since you've started with this company? Some people are going to be like, well, Ben, would you feel comfortable asking that to a potential future boss? To which I would answer, yes, absolutely I would. I think it's really important that you ask the tough questions when you interview because it's not just a conversation, it's a massive gamble on your part. Leaving your company, joining another company, that represents risk, and I want to know if I'm going to risk it, that there is upside. Ideally, the hiring manager is open to you asking a question like this and says something like, good question, and then proceeds to give you information about how they've grown and developed, specifically how the company has supported that growth and development and invested in them. Now, if they are off put by this, if they can't give you examples, or if they are insulted because you asked them about growth and development, then it's probably not a place you want to work to begin with, but it is a great question to understand. How is this company developing its people? And you want to know that information. You absolutely want to know that information. I know I certainly would. You asked these questions, you nailed the interview, and they're probably want to extend you an offer, right? Congratulations, but I want you to watch this video because when you accept that offer and you go back and you give your 2-week notice at your current company, they're going to extend you a counter offer. And I don't think it's a good idea, and I want to tell you why. So you got to watch this video so I can explain it to you. Go watch it now.